diaries?
Diaries,
Yeah,
journals.
you
if
don't
you will.
read them?
Yeah, you don't read another person's diary.
Yeah.
Why are you reading other people's diaries, Peach?
I'm not.
Right?
Something you need.
Are you bringing
Is
up
there something
diaries?
you need to tell us?
Whose have you
did
been
MJ's
snooping
diary
in?
say about us?
My own.
What does your diary say about us?
Come on, let's publish the receipts.
Well, let's talk about the ones that were published. Look,
Are you alluding?
I threw you a bone there to go.
Are you alluding to the abuse of power that the FBI has exhibited lately? All right.
Yes.
So let's wind it. A very well timed soup break.
Good soup.
So let's add a little background to this, right? There was a diary that was sent to multiple news outlets. One news outlet, or one investigative journalist outlet, let's say that, right? Project Veritas was one of the recipients. And according to the statement from James O'Keefe, the CEO of it, they received it. They couldn't verify if it was accurate or correct information. So they reported it to their local cops and they turned it over. This diary that was sent to them. Well, recently, the FBI raided James O'Keefe's house personally before dawn. So a pre-dawn raid, and also a couple of his journalists who might have had access to the journal or the diary. So why is the FBI going after all the people who had access to this diary?
Well, it's the president's daughter's journal, right? It's her private journal. It's her private writings.
It's unverified.
Oh,
but yes,
okay.
It's believed. Well, so that's the thing, right? It's unverified to us, but the journal was handed over to the news outlets because it was believed to be Ashley Biden's. And me personally, I think the FBI raiding and doing all this proves that it is in fact Ashley Biden's diary.
Yeah,
because there were very bad allegations towards Joe Biden in those.
Oh shit!
Like that was gonna be my question. Why do they want her diary?
Yeah,
I hate my dad.
Yeah, no. At one point, like a quote from her diary is, "I think I was molested." So she goes into details about how her father would make her take showers with him, and a lot of inappropriate. There's no straight accusations in it, but details about inappropriate behavior going on.
Okay, so
and well, just to add some context, also on top of it, you had the Hunter Biden laptop that we all heard about, and the FBI is treating that situation the same way. And on that laptop, there was suspected of more or less this Hunter Biden doing the same stuff to his niece. So,
y'all, that family's fucked up. Go ahead.
So one thing that I do want to mention is the whole showering with her father, right? That's Joe Biden's
that's just off the top of my head. That was one allegation that was in the diary.
Well, I mean, I guess the question is, at what age was she at the time, if that actually did happen? Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've taken a shower or two with Edos at one point, but never like he was little, again, like he was a baby.
I mean, even then, again, it's like, I mean, hell, I was in high school. You know, we had a men's shower. It was one big open fucking shower, right? Like, it's not out of the norm for guys to take a shower in the same area, right? But for a grown man to have their young daughter, and for the woman to be forced to do it, right? Like that was because that's what the allegations were, right? Like she was forced to take showers. So being forced into that situation, is where the issue is.
Is it her recollections or is somebody telling her about it? Because if she's remembering, then she's probably old enough that it was very inappropriate.
Supposedly this was her diary that she wrote as an adult about her dreams and memories she was having from when she was younger.
Mm.
So like she was staying at a hotel and this was like her current diary that was left at the hotel.
Oh shit. Okay.
So this wasn't even supposed to go to media.
No, it was. So again, as with the Hunter Biden laptop, the story was that the people, she was staying in a room, people cleaned the room, they found the diary.
Yeah.
They tried contacting somebody and they were denied it, all around. Somebody started reading the diary, said, hey, there's some weird things going on in here, and that's when they sent it out to news medias.
But that's not hotel policy. Like I worked at a hotel and I've lost shit at hotels. Like if I've lost stuff at a hotel and it's attached to the room, they will call the person who rented the room.
Varies and depending on the stuff. I left like a charger in the room and never heard back from them.
Yeah.
But yeah, the hotel sucks because first of all, reading it is wrong, but understandable. Because something got left there, you try to return it. Hey, they're refusing it. Cool, new reading material. A little bit unethical.
Yeah.
But handing it over to media sources, very unethical.
Yeah, that's not right.
But the fact that it contained the information it does.
I mean, if you look at if you look at it as the viewpoint of what happened to the Hunter Biden laptop when it came out, what do you think would happen if you tried to go if you try to not present this in a loud manner?
Yeah.
It would have clearly disappeared and nobody even would have talked about it. But the way where I'm at on it is after all of this, we don't know if any of the allegations are true or even if it's her diary, right? But the fact that the FBI is going to the extent they are and they're raiding people and seizing cell phones, that proves that there's something there, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I want to know more. Why are you using government resources for someone who's, mind you, like the family's a part of the government, but why are you wasting these resources on it, right? Like if it were a big deal, involve the local police, not the FBI.
But again, we're talking about the same person who bragged on camera saying the investigator investigating my son's business, I told him to fire him or he wasn't getting the money, and he got fired and they got the money. So, I mean, it's not above them to do something like that. I don't know. It's just really a really bad look on the FBI and that. I mean, we have so much information coming about the FBI and CIA right now that why are we giving these people money, right?
Yeah. Why do we continue to support these? Well, has anyone else been targeted by by the whole Project Veritas situation?
I mean, yeah. But they're the ones in the dead center because Project Veritas sues a lot of people, right? Like they're very well known for going undercover, filming people, saying stuff they're not supposed to be saying, and then they publish it, right? And they're in court nonstop, and they always win their cases, right? Like they come in. They go into the situation prepared to be sued, so they're already pre-gaming. Well,
pre-gaming,
so, right?
They're prepping their suit game before their suit even gets there.
So So right now they were in a lawsuit with the New York Times over some bad characters at New York Times, what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So they're in the middle of this lawsuit when all of this happened. The New York Times, within an hour of the raid, we're talking a pre-dawn raid. Within an hour of it, the New York Times already had a piece out about it. They had a source in the FBI that told them about the raid, so they knew about it. And then the source in the FBI leaked James O'Keefe's phone and all the information on it to the New York Times. So now the New York Times has the communications between James O'Keefe and his lawyer about the lawsuit for the New York Times, and the New York Times is now trying to publish all of that information. Just so they can destroy the case, because they probably can't beat him. It's really dirty.
I mean, it makes sense for the New York Times to publish information like that. I mean, that's what they're for.
No, it's not. That's highly illegal. I mean,
well,
that's privileged communication. So that's like saying, your ex-wife hacking your phone and getting the communication between you and her, or you and your lawyer about custody, right?
Well,
like,
yeah,
she shouldn't even have that in the first place.
Okay,
that is a great breach of their civil liberties.
I do agree with that, but I mean, it's the New York Times. It's a publication that's meant to publish everything that goes on. Like, okay, them publishing the phone contents and anything that was found on the phone, I agree, is illegal. That's illegal distribution of private identifiable information, right?
Yeah.
But for the New York Times to publish information about the raid, that makes sense. I can agree with that. You all right?
Yeah, that yeah.
Okay.
Wrong pipe. Yeah, I mean, we can all agree that that's like, it's dirty, but it was within the rights.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else is, they're taking it way too far. I mean, and even then, look at the censorship that was around the Hunter Biden laptop,
mm-hmm.
because they claimed that it was hacked, stolen material. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, it was taken, the New York Post was suspended off Twitter just for posting that. And the New York Post and the New York Times are in the same league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just on different sides of the coin. It's getting unreal.
It's getting dirty. I don't know. I kind of want to see what happens after this, especially with the fallout from, actual publication of the phone documents. And I want to see what else happens. I want to see what more comes from this,
Yeah, if they end up, finding anything in it and releasing that information, because it's highly unlikely that either they'll not find anything and we won't hear anything, they do find something and we don't hear anything, or they do find something and U.S. goes to hell in a handbasket.
I mean,
well, see, that's the thing right now. Mm-hmm. They already know something and they're not going to tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they continuously are showing us that they're not going to they're not going to be honest with us. So at Center Point, when are we going to stop giving these freaking or industries money? Cut the tax funding off.
Well, that wraps up another great episode. And don't forget to join our amazing and supportive community on Discord.
In our Discord, you can find game nights, watch parties, food pics, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. What's not to love about that? We have a little something for everyone. Head over to our website, officialmillennials.com, and you'll find more info, especially our featured Gamer of the Week.
Speaking of something for everyone, we have a book club. We read a book almost every month and talk through it together. We also have a special perk for our subs to discuss other books in a series called Chapter 2.
Don't forget to swing by YouTube and drop us a follow at Official Millennials. You can also find us on Twitter at MillsOfficial. We appreciate all the support, and y'all have a good one.
This is an Official Millennials production.